a true British icon and a national treasure, Sir Cliff Richards. Cliff, you're very welcome. Lovely to have you. And it seems now to... I thought we'd kick off with a glass. You'll like this one. This is your own.
Which year is it?
Cheers. Which year is it? Vida Nova.
2005.
Was that a good year?
2004 was particularly good.
Oh, don't drink this one then. Fine.
No, that's all right.
Look out for Vida Nova 2004.
Yeah, the 2004 Reserva in 2006 got a silver medal at the International Wine and Spirits Fair.
Is this looking ahead towards retirement then? You've got something to cover you when you stop singing?
No, listen. A vineyard is the last thing you'd want to do for retirement.
Like a racehorse,
I've had my vineyard for almost 10 years now and not made a penny.
Really?
No, it's just a hobby. Yeah, I know, please.
I just buy more.
My accountant guy said to me, why do you keep doing this? I said, well, look, tell me when I can't afford to do it anymore and I won't. But it is, I've got a partnership now and it looks as though we might start breaking in even.
Yeah.
And it may even make some money, but it's a hobby really, and I do enjoy it. When I go to Portugal now, I don't even bother buying anybody else's wine, and mine's much cheaper.
It's rather good, isn't it?
And nicer.
But now, calendar girls, you know, have done it. Cliff's doing it now. Girls, steady yourselves. This is Cliff's calendar. Wait for it. I mean, just tell me something honestly.
What? There's been no airbrushing?
You were holding it in. This is washboard, this is. Oh, I mean, you're doing people like me a disservice, Cliff Richard, looking like you do at your age. And you're
at my age, I felt that I really had to be severe with myself, really, because the danger is that you can actually relax too much and have just too much food and forget to go to the gym and all that. So I will never be Arnold Schwarzenegger, but if I can keep my weight off, and if any of you have been to see any of my shows, I need to have that. You have? I need to have the weight off, just so that I can move around and still look as though I'm enjoying myself.
So do you just sort of avoid putting too much on your plate and avoid drinking too much of your own wine? Is that it? Is it moderation, the old thing?
Forget the wine for a moment.
I'm liking it more and more.
Other things, I try to eat the right food, eat the good food, and it seems to work for me. I mean, I know everyone is different. All our metabolisms are different. If you can find something that works where you mingle with some exercise...
So what's the right food? What is that then? What do you call it?
You really want to go into this?
Well, only briefly. Not in Proustian detail, because I'll get bored.
Briefly, I eat what is apparently right for my blood type.
Oh, right.
Now, I don't know if it's even true. I just thought it made kind of sense. And I can eat good food. I eat chicken and turkey.
One in particular?
Chicken, turkey, loads of fish, loads of vegetables, and there are certain things that are no-nos, and I just haven't lost any sleep leaving those things out.
Do we know what they are?
There were 10 things that are definitely no-nos. I can't remember them all, but for instance, tomatoes, aubergine, and I never realized that they're the same family, so that's why. And aubergine is my favorite vegetable. I can't have mangoes or papayas or coconuts.
So you just had a test to tell you all this? It's your particular thing?
I was testing myself. I've done it for almost a year. And what I did was about 2 weeks ago, because I have a forthcoming tour next year, I have to have all these tests done. My doctor is a vampire. She's taken so much of my blood.
I can see the teeth marks in the neck. That's the secret.
But I had a clean bill of health, and I thought, well, OK, if it works, I'm not missing anything.
What drives you on? What makes you do it? I mean, you keep at
it. You know, the recording industry is particularly my favourite thing.
How's it changed, though, since you started? It must be completely different now.
Well, the recording in itself has changed drastically. Technology came in and we can do things now. I mean, on this particular album, EMI wanted to release the best of the ballads I've had success with in the past. And I said, that'd be lovely. They said, well, would you mind doing 4 or 5 songs you've never recorded before but are favourites of yours? So I put 5 other songs on there. And the music was recorded in Nashville. I recorded my part and some backing vocals in Barbados. So
it's all hard work, isn't it?
I hear it's tough at the top.
Apparently.
Apparently it's even worse at the bottom.
But do you get fed up about, you know, the radio stations not playing Cliff? I mean, you can tell from the response of the audience today, and they weren't paid anything, this lot. Not at all. But, you know, does that
that's
irritate you?
It's not entirely true, though. I mean, things have changed, and I realize that there are other priorities musically that need to be set up. When the Shadows and I came in, all I can remember, though, we were treated as a sort of priority because we were the first rockers to come out of Europe. But we were played, I can remember hearing myself played between Frank Sinatra and Rosemary Clooney and Bing Crosby, and then they'd play your record. And if your record got in the charts, they might play yours a bit more the next week. And if it went to #1, they played it a lot. And when you started to come down, they stopped playing it. That made sense to me. And of course, there are loads of young, gifted, talented people now, and they need to be played. But so do I. Yeah. I haven't left the industry. I still make records. And if people don't play your music, it's hard to sell it. But as I say, it's not quite true. I do get played a lot. There's a lot of stations, the gold stations, a lot of regional stations that play my music. But I don't get a great deal of help from some of maybe the major stations. But I have to learn to live with that, and I'm quite happy. As you can see, I have not lost sleep.
No, you haven't lost much at all, actually. What are the special plans then for the sort of 50th anniversary? Have you got anything special lined up? I know you're doing Wembley for the... Is it the 60th time?
I think it's something like that, yeah. You forget.
World record you're going for, which is great.
Well, I mean, I don't go for records, really, but they happen because I've been singing longer than most people. And when you've been singing for 50 years, you've accumulated behind you all these facts of... You know, when I was in Birmingham last year, they found a person who was the millionth person to buy a ticket for my concerts. Okay. And I'm thinking, he was the millionth, and I gave them the award, and then suddenly I'm hearing, 60 concerts I've done at Wembley. I didn't plan that. It's just that if your career continues, you do the things you like to do as often as you can, and suddenly you find, by just a stroke of good fortune that I've had with my career, that I probably will be the person who's done more concerts at Wembley. And that tour is, of course, going to be a special one for me, a special celebration tour. I'm calling it Time Machine because some years back in South Africa, I did a concert, and the critic had said, being at a Cliff Richard concert is like sitting in a time machine. And then he explained that whenever I sang a song, he could remember where he was. He could when Living Doll came on, he remembered his first baby born. Yep. And I thought, isn't that fantastic? You've become part of people's memories. Yeah. So I thought I'd call it Time Machine, and we're going to try and somehow mechanically choose years and days, and I'll do the stuff that was successful.
The time to worry, Cliff, is when they say, my granny had that at her wedding. But I hope you still are. Ladies and gentlemen, Sir Cliff Richard.